Howdy, everybody. It's your best buddy, the Colonel Hector Bravado of Starkville, Colorado. I host Breakup Gaming Society. Today, I'm trying to teach myself SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, a game where I'm in charge of managing a space agency whose job it is to find aliens. So I'm running it in solo mode versus the Atoma on the easiest setting. They're the green player. As you can see, it's the top around 3, and the Atoma's got a bit of a lead on me. Now that big pretty moon says it's my turn, so what we're going to do is take a major action right away that I've been setting up for a while. I think we're going to launch us a probe. Launching that probe costs me 2 credits. I pay it happily. But here's where it gets good for me, because last turn I bought this piece of telescope tech right here that lets me pay an additional energy to launch another probe plus get a movement. Sounds like a good deal to me, energy paid. Now here's the brand new 2 probes I just launched, happily orbiting Earth, and we're going to take one with our movement and move it right next door to possibly set up a landing on Mars. Okie doke, we can only take 1 major action per turn, but let's take a look at our free stuff. Look at this. Looks like I can push that new probe a little farther by discarding this card for its corner bonus. Away it goes. And then we move the probe onto Mars. That's going to set us up for a later play. And move us up 1 on the publicity track, which is going to help us research tech later. And with my major action next turn, now that I have that little dude in place, I can maybe look at some orbiting or landing action for some more points. Okay, let's see how the Atoma responds. To find that out, we're going to draw a card off of its action deck. Look at this top row of symbols here and basically execute the first thing it's able to do. It looks like it can do that first one. So the first thing it's going to do is spend 6 publicity points. Take that, you little bastard. Now the next icon tells us that we are going to rotate the 2 inner rings of the solar system. Here we go. Looks like I'm surrounded by rocks now. That's all right. I'm going to chill on Mars. Then it looks like it gets to research some tech. Now, if we look over on its board, we can tell by the position of that little green disc that it favors the 1-level tech in the IT spend category. Here we go. So it gets 2 points for being the first one to buy something off that pile. Good for you. Then it gets 2 points on the track. Then it gets its toy. And earns a card for doing that. And boom, it's got that hardware to spend on its next move. And that last symbol in that line of instructions to execute tells me it gets another tick up on that track. The more times it makes it around that track, the more cards it takes that have more powers, and the more it can do against you on every turn. It's never good. So that was 2 turns of round 3 of my solo game of SETI. I'm going to talk about it in some length during the next episode of Breakup Gaming Society, which gets fed in here on audio. If you want to hear about it, hit like and subscribe. It's going up March 15th. Appreciate it, and happy flying.